Hi guys, check this out. This is really cool.
Hello everybody, this is Anglerte, and now I'm going to beat off the nominees for the absolute worst, freaking, most irritating, disgusting, vile, repulsive, irritating games of 2012. These will be the nominees for the worst games of 2012, and to neutralize the suckishness of these games, I'm playing Sonic Generations to help keep myself in a stable mental condition. So, alright, let's get on with the nominees, which were either disappointing or determined to fail simply because they were movie games, or they were just horrible beyond description that I can give you at this very second. Meaning they were vile and rancid, and it's probably the kind of game that a good developer would like throw up when they have the I don't even know, like, stupid disease. So alright, so let's move on with the nominees for the absolute worst games of 2012 according to Gamed2Death. 1. Resident Evil 6. I'm having an anger seizure when you freaking talk about freaking Resident Evil 6, and you know why? It's because Capcom is composed of a bunch of people who have been infected with the stupid virus. And when I say that, I mean that what they basically tried to do is take a survival horror game that was destroyed by Resident Evil 5 and satisfy the people. They admitted in Resident Evil 5 that it was no longer horror, it was action. And in Resident Evil 6, they made it the exact same action. They tried to impress people with action and horror, and they failed at doing both. And then they lied and said it was actually a horror game. So they just basically took everything that they almost did right in Resident Evil 5 and burned it off the table. Oh man, just died. So yeah, number 2, Battleship. Because it was based on a movie and it wasn't that good of a movie and was an absolutely horrible game. That was once again just another attempt at making more money from a movie that probably shouldn't have made a whole lot of money anyway, because it was just a Transformers knockoff, and I don't even really like Transformers. Number 3, Cabela's Hunting Expeditions. Alright, so I'm so glad I'm playing this game in the background, because it just completely eases all this anger, just the anger that was derived from stupidity and was totally unnecessary. It just neutralizes that. It makes me feel decent on the inside, and it makes me not want to puke as much as I do when I say things like Cabela's Hunting Expedition. So basically that game is just disappointing, because basically what they did is they said that they were finally, just like Capcom did with Resident Evil, they said they were going to return to decency and fun, and they didn't do that at all. So yeah, it was another horrible on-rails hunting game that could have been. It wasn't completely on rails, it's getting closer, but it still wasn't very good. So there's a lot of room for improvement in that respect for Cabela's.
Arrows. I have 2 arrows left. That was an accident, by the way. I didn't do that on purpose.
And next time they promise us an actual go out and hunt, kill stuff game, they better deliver. Like 2004 and through 2006 and all their other older hunting games, Big Game Hunter 6, 5, whatever. They better deliver like that. Number 4. Victorious Time to Shine. I haven't played that one. That was Porpoisemonkey's nomination, so I'm not going to talk about it. I assume it's horrible. Number 5, Never Dead. Haven't played that one either, but I can tell you I looked into it, and there's been a lot of bad zombie games, and yeah, there's no way that that's not one of them, because just the name itself makes me want to puke. It makes me want to puke up Resident Evil 6. Number 6, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Like Resident Evil 6, Capcom basically is stupid, and they this time lent their series over to a company that didn't know how to make a good Resident Evil game, and Capcom already had made the Resident Evil. I don't know. I'm just Resident Evil is just hope, no hope left. That sums up the whole series. Operation Raccoon City was the kind of game that you would throw up after playing Resident Evil 6. Those are your nominees for absolute worst games in 2012. I'll read over the list again, just so you can have a basic idea of what the nominees are. And we will reveal the answers later on in the show. Nominee number 1, Resident Evil 6. Number 2, Victorious Sunshine. Number 3, Never Dead. Number 4, Cabela's Hunting Expeditions. Number 5, Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City. Number 6, Battleship. That's all for this portion of the show, and tune in for the awards later in the show.
Alright, well, get out of here.
Well, it's that time of the year again, I guess. We're just lost in the forest again. Son of a biscuit, I left my wall here all day while I was just playing my dog. Oh my god.
So as you guys probably heard from, back in October during Halloween, we posted a picture of our
in production survival
horror game. It's kind of undercover, like a top secret project. So we're just playing. This is obviously not it. We're not going to show you a whole lot of gameplay because we want to keep it kind of
under the wraps,
secret or whatever. So basically, we're just going to keep everything vague, and we're going to keep you guys on your feet.
But we will give you enough details to hopefully keep.
So yeah, we'll show you a couple images from the game. Yes, all 5 or 6 of you. I'm pretty sure that there is someone else who joined in.
7.
And someone's probably going to walk out. Someone's going to whatever. I'm not going to talk about the audience's interactions with what I'm saying. But
and in any case, yeah, we're going to get into all that good stuff that we have.
So basically, yeah, we are working on a survival horror game. For those of you who are listening, going, wait, you guys make games?
Yep.
Basically, I'm gonna
and
freaking shove a soccer cleat in your anus because you're not paying attention to our other videos. Oh my god, we freaking posted a picture of it freaking October on our blog.
Go to Gamed2Death so he doesn't have to. So he can sleep better at night. Oh god.
Yeah. Slender Man is in the forest and he wants to hurt you, but I'm going to freaking hurt him instead. Son of a biscuit.
I found the plus sign.
Oh my gosh. Alright, moving on with talk. We're going to start off with a very limited summary of the game because we want to keep you guys
entertained.
We're not very far into the project. How far would you say that we're in the project?
I'd say we're almost a quarter of the way.
No. I think we're about 8%
probably
into it. Because we'll explain the very basic layout of the game. It's going to be a 5-section game, and we are about 1/5 away through the first section. So,
although admittedly, it's not just because we've got all the basic. Pretty much most of the basic code is done for the game.
So basically, the rest of it, like what most normal people would do, is they would come up with a big story and they'd write it all out and they have all these plans and they'd alter it as they go a little bit, and then they would start working on the gameplay concepts and have all the freaking characters drawn out. Basically, what we're doing is we're just going from we played with some ideas a year and a half ago.
We borrowed inspiration from a lot of games that we played.
Oh my god, Slender,
Slender,
my gosh. So yeah, we borrowed some inspirations from stuff. We kind of thought about. We went over some different concepts. For different survival horror mechanics.
Came up with a sort of a backstory.
That kind of thing.
And a lot of planning to we made a list of like 200 names.
We went freaking all out. And basically now we're just coming up with things as we go. So with each, we're making each section, drafting the whole thing out with the story. We actually don't know how this game's going to end, so that's an innovative, unique development process or method.
We'll let you know how it works out in the end, but for now we're just.
So I'm going to give you a very, very limited summary of the game right now. Other than what we've given you, I mean. Just
oh god, he's there.
Run the other way. Slender Man, Slender. Okay, here's a tactic you have to use. You have to look at him when he's far away from you every once in a while, or he'll skip around so he won't teleport. Oh, snappled it. Slender Man, I have a very large snake in my pocket, and he's going to bite you in the Slender arm. And you're going to get Slender intoxicated.
Don't worry, he's talking about the back pocket, don't worry.
Slender puke in your Slender bar with all the freaking anorexics.
Ew.
Do you know the park's closed?
My camera's like
everyone knows.
Oh my god.
The cave. Come out
oh my god, he's freaking following me.
See Slender running
I can't see anything.
upside down. You have this really bad.
Yeah, anyway, the gameplay mechanics.
Alright.
Dang it, the note's back there.
Slenderman,
Slender,
missed
run in a circle. Run in a circle. Alright, forget it. Oh! See, those kind of cheap scares are not going to be influencing our survival horror, and we're going to rely
not
more
to say
on
we're not going to have a couple, but
definitely.
we prefer that. We're going to go for more of like the Resident Evil Silent Hill method of just.
We're going to be pretty much just big tools to you guys if you guys play this game. Oh God.
There are going to be some Ao Oni moments. Don't get us wrong.
Yeah, definitely. I'll just jump right in. I'll get back to the summary, which I keep evading. Our inspirations, definitely a little bit of Silent Hill, some of the psychological horror, such as the ambience, the environment, the mystery, the where am I and what the is this. Definitely will be saying that. No, but then some of the Resident Evil, like, things aren't what they seem at first, sort of things, sort of plot twists. Of course, we haven't come up with the whole plot yet, but those kind of twists, definitely the combat is going to be more influenced by Resident Evil than the Silent Hill, because Silent Hill is more just hand-to-hand. The enemies aren't difficult, but they're freaking psychologically
quite
creepy.
A few, and yes,
jump out of nowhere.
They all have represented. Of course, ours aren't quite as like philosophically representational.
They're pretty much
emotions,
just monsters, but we're not going to get into that.
We want more
heavily.
Resident Evil route as far as
the game's going to rely heavily on darkness and shadows,
the concept
and definitely
of light and dark.
Evasion. The combat will be more evasion. Just shoot what you need to shoot. Very limited tactics are extremely necessary to complete this game with efficiency. There's not going to be difficulty modes in the first version.
Sort of like a Link to the Past kind of inventory setup, or Resident Evil, basic, that kind of gameplay style.
It will pause the game. We're not going all Resident Evil 6 on you. Definitely not Sheva's system here, because we're not. Co-op is definitely not.
Slenderman, I just puked all over you. Son of a biscuit. I'm sorry, Slenderman.
Alright, anyway.
3 out of 8.
Well, sorry, Slenderman.
We're on a roll.
Moving on. A limited summary of the game. Basically, you are with a group of your friends.
I'm gonna switch.
Fine. Basically, yeah, it's about this group of guys who are fox hunting or coon hunting. I don't. We're not too sure.
Part of it.
And some stuff happens, and then
they end up in this place.
Things go downhill.
Sure what's going on,
and basically mystery is a very predominant concept in this game. I don't remember.
It's a lot about figuring out what's unfolding.
Trying to figure out what's happening. We even played Amnesia, but I'm pretty sure something like that happens in that game. You wake up, you don't know where you are. Of course, we're not going to be using the SCPs, don't look at the monster, or you have to look at the monster, don't look at the monster from Amnesia. We're not going to be using those kind of concepts. All throughout the game, definitely we'll be taking some different ideas from those games and using them on certain enemies. And definitely puzzles are going to be probably 50% of this game's gameplay.
Yes,
definitely decoding documents that you find and stuff, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much how we have our backstory explained, is like in Silent Hill, and probably even more Resident Evil, where the story is explained through documents and kind of background information.
That kind of interesting stuff.
Very upfront.
It's
as far as what's
a little bit vague. You're going to have to sort of take everything and kind of toil with the different ideas that you're being shown. And you're going to try to figure out for yourself what's going on, and then the story will start to make more sense. So we're trying to. It's not the kind of game where you feel like you are the character, you are the story, but we want to help the player
be able to relate,
kind of develop a connection between themselves and the character in the way that they don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know why there's no note on here. That's the kind of connection I feel. Here, I don't feel like I'm some freaking girl in the forest with some like tall guy in a suit trying to freaking take $20 from you.
But
I feel like I left my wallet here, and somehow these pieces of paper are like the banknotes.
I got locked in 7-Eleven at 12 o'clock because I was looking for one of those
Slenderman is not wearing a talent. So that would be like freaking
of soda that they used.
I don't even know. So let's see what else. Definitely, there's going to be unique level design. There's not going to be a system of levels. It's going to be, as I told you, split into 5 different sections.
Well, be honest, at this point, we haven't even really planned all of that part out yet. We have a skeleton idea.
Puzzles, some of them are going to be, you'll be able to figure them out just without doing anything. Some of them you're going to scan documents and stuff. Some of them you're really going to
have to look around your environment,
explore
manipulate your environment in order to
the environment. And you're going to have to use certain items and kind of play with different ideas. Not all of it's going to be obvious. There's going to be some scenarios where you have no idea what the heck to do. It's just going to be a little bit random. But we're not going to do anything extremely cheap. Again, with the cheap scale, we're not going to be extremely cheap all the way through. We're not going to have things that just don't make sense. Like SCP, oh, why don't you just blink one eye? We're not going to have any loopholes like that, where it'd be really easy to avoid. We're going to, once again, we want you to be able to develop sort of a connection
somewhat
with the characters. So we want to make it a little bit realistic, and then definitely some science fiction concepts.
Like, you know, over glorify this whole thing, but yeah, we are trying to go for.
Definitely don't have extremely high expectations as far as the perspective of the game. It's going to be from like a top-down,
sort of like Ao Oni
you can see everything perspective, but it's covered in shadow, so you actually can't see everything. Kind of, we're going to make it a little bit like the first Legend of Zelda style, where you're kind of overhead looking down at a 2D top-bottom environment where you're exploring puzzle game. So puzzles, combat, evasion combat, definitely exploring, considering different things that you've observed.
Avoiding enemies when possible, taking them out as you can, conserving ammunition.
Deciding who's trustworthy and trying to figure out what happened, because the story, like we said, isn't going to be extremely clear at first. It's going to be
and actually we've almost
some very
put more into
unclear
the backstory than we have actually put into the primary story.
So we are trying to make it more and more confusing and more understandable. We want you to get, as the player progresses at the story, we want to get more and more mysterious, and we want more and more confusion developed, but we also want to make certain things make sense that previously...
we don't want to leave any stupid plot holes or anything. We're not going to leave you with a really bad cliffhanger ending.
So the story is definitely going to be one of the selling points of this game, which is probably going to be free. And now about what we're going to do. What the fuck? Someone like freaking shot 3 bricks and freaking missed the toilet, which is like, well, I'm gonna go find Slender Man. He's obviously here. But I guess that's it. No, one more thing actually. The prototype. We're going to be releasing a prototype whenever we complete the first section of the game, and then depending on the
demo to hopefully get some user feedback.
Kind of as we want some user feedback, and we want to see how the game does.
Let us know in the comments
and we're going to take the response from that and use it to help us develop the rest of the 4 sections. And then we're going to add on to it and make innovative enhancements.
Hopefully we can do all this within the range of the next year. That's our goal.
Yeah, we have no idea when this is going to be finished. And we have a lot of other things on our schedule. As you know, we're kind of into the indie filmmaking thing. Have some different ideas. We'll be working on Gamed2Death videos and montages and gameplay and let's plays. And we just got some mandolins and banjoleles and Porpoisemonkey plays guitar. So I don't know if we're going to be working with that kind of stuff and trying to make our let's plays and videos more interesting. We might actually start some show segments where like once a month or something we do like a video podcast, which isn't really a podcast, but whatever. So yeah, we're not really sure, but this has been a sneak peek of our survival horror game. We're going to
like a sneak listen.
From now on, it's been on Gamed2Death listed as if you haven't seen the blog lately, I've redid it. Oh, fungus, Slender Man.
Snapple on it.
I'm just gonna run till he catches me. Slender Man wants to know about this freaking survival horror game. Well, I'll tell you what. Before he catches me, I'm going to tell you. We're nicknaming it Sid P from now on. And if you go to Gamed2Death, you can see the tabs. Shh, laid up right now. But this is what we're going to be calling it from now on. So that's it. It's an acronym, yes. But we're not going to tell you what it stands for. So you're just going to have to guess. But have we said the name? I don't think we have.
No.
All right, don't say it. Well, we're not going. We're going to keep you guys guessing there. And actually, that's not really a huge part of the game. But hey. It's not released yet.
Just for the heck of it.
Yeah, what the heck. So if you go to the Gamed2Death right now, you can check out the games, apps and games tab up at the top. We have a cow hunting extreme, which is kind of a...
already aware. We have screensavers and all that.
Kind of a test hunting game setup that we have where we were playing with different concepts of how to make better hunting games in the future. And we just wanted to make a kind of a quirky little game.
To be honest, we also got some voice acting in there, some top-notch
voice acting from we had a lot of fun with that one. That one took like 6-7 months to make, but that was kind of fun. And then Crab Crusher is an idea we've had that I kind of came up with about like 6 years ago, and then we were just playing with it.
We made sure it into what it is now. So.
And then it kind of developed from there. And let's see. So also check that one out. It's more of an arcade, just smash them up style game.
It's available on Android
and we're going to be developing, and we're probably not going to be porting it to Apple.
Probably not, yeah. we don't like those guys.
devices.
But if we do,
that's kind of hard to do for us right now. But
we don't have that kind of cash. You know, we accept donations, but you know, I don't know how you're gonna do that because we don't exactly have a system for that developed. But you know what? If
so
you
it's
can
an
find a way.
arcade game basically. Just check that out. We might be making sequels to that, making updates to that, depending on the response it gets over time, and depending on the ideas we have in the future. So now a very small look into the future as to what else we'll be doing app development wise. We do want to get into Python, maybe Java and
Possibly,
C++ eventually a little bit.
If
So we'll be
do
doing
C++,
some test projects
probably
with that.
The AGK, what do they call that? The
library.
Library, yes.
Something. We might consider a remake of Deer Hunter 2 somehow. I don't know if that will be innovative.
We've kind of been
some
scoping out
changes,
FPS Creator Reloaded, which is an advanced FPS creator being developed.
Maybe
by
work with some mods for that.
The
flashlight dying. But
we're considering, you know, trying to possibly sometime in near or distant future also doing a remake of Carnivore Cityscape. For those of you, speaking of which, for those of you, this is completely off topic, but for those of you who have been wanting to play multiplayer with that, who are actually watching this video, we have been trying to set up some inform people about.
I highly recommend that you go to the Carnivore Saga forums and check out the Carnivore Cityscape section,
as well as Anglerte's video about.
I have a video set and stuff like that. Definitely recommend commenting on people's videos who have it. Any game.
Basically, just remember to set your
settings
game to what is it?
Windows 2000 compatibility mode, and guess what? Here's my survival organ. Here are the plans, Slender. Slender's taking the plans from me. So anyway, but what I was going to say a couple other things. Definitely for the survival horror game. I understand that Android's coming out with a console soon, so we're going to be working with that. So the platforms that we will be focused on developing this game for first and producing this game for first. Slenderman took my speech away. We're going to be developing it for Windows and Android first, and maybe eventually, if we get like a couple $100,
you know what? How about
some Mac software or whatever, we might develop it for iPod.
That Ouya console.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
Looking into that. Yeah,
we're
looks pretty
looking
cool.
in development for that. I don't know if they're going to make it so, or if AGK, they're going to update AGK so you can work with
from what I understand, it's already going to be
Xbox and PS3 and 3DS and all kinds of stuff.
Yes,
that should be the Ouya should be fairly easy. So we're going to work to make compatible with that kind of thing. Maybe Steam, the console. I don't know. That's kind of a more professional quality system than the Ouya would be. But any other games that we were considering that we haven't discussed already? Well, obviously there are some other things we considered, but things that are worth talking about.
Games,
we're an adventure game.
Python,
we had some plans for them. We kind of started working on it, kind of dropped.
Video RPG.
Video RPG. That's for Filmed to Death and Burnt Banana Sandwich. And I guess Porpoisemonkey Productions. We have some ideas for that, but we will discuss that in the future. So check us out on filmdeath.blogspot.com.
As well as
Gamed2Death.blogspot.com. Indievania.com. That's where we have some of our games stored. But you can just go to Gamed2Death.blogspot.com and go to the game section. You can check out our games there. There's links to the games, and you can leave a review or a comment or anything you want to on this video.
Go ahead and do that.
Thank you for watching this portion of the show. And we'll try to reveal more about this as the development process progresses, and something that's more worthy of being shown than Slender gameplay. So please do enjoy the rest of the show.
Done. So yes, enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you for watching.